Hi everyone, my name is Jay Treelor, and this is Simple Chat, the Effing Simple podcast. I am so grateful that you are taking some time out to join me today. I really do appreciate it. On this series of podcasts, we are going to talk about network marketing. And if you've been in the business a while, I want to give you some ideas and some tips that you can use in your business. If you're new to network marketing, I'm hoping that we can give you some tools to use to help propel yourself forward and maybe demystify some of the things that we do. Now, right off the bat, I want to say that my wife, Tony, and I are senior executive directors with Monate Global. But this is in no way, shape, or form a sponsored video. All the ideas and opinions on this are my own and no one else's. I also want to talk about income claims. We are not making any income claims. I don't know what your level of effort is going to be. I can't make any income claims for you. Your effort and what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. I know what I've done. I'm going to pass along some information. We might talk a little bit here and there about it, but in no way, shape, or form am I making any income claims. So with that out of the way, thank you again for taking some time out of your day and tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you don't know me, as I mentioned, my wife is Tony Van Schoik. Tony was one of the very first market partners with Monate back in the summer of 2014. I actually technically think she's the first one. A couple people fell off along the way. And when Tony got involved with Monate, she had been in a network marketing company that went out of business. And she was looking for something else to do. We were in Chicago at the time, and I had a great job, but the economy tanked in 2008, and we were struggling. I was working in the engineering field. Like I said, I had a great job, but I lost my per diem, and I lost my car expenses, and I lost a lot of bonus money. And my construction department of over 30 people within 2 months in 2009 went down to one person, and that was me. And we had a hard time making ends meet and weren't exactly sure what to do. We tried to do a mortgage modification, and we couldn't even do that. We made too much money. And we were in real danger of having our house foreclosed on when Monate came along. And when it did come along, I got to admit, I was not completely on board. She came home one day and she said, "Hey, we're going to sell shampoo." And I said, "Yeah, great." And I'm like, "Hey, can you show me the website?" No, there's no website. "Well, can you show me a product?" No, there's no products. "There's just an idea. Here's the idea." And she sat down and she explained it to me, and I just wasn't completely there with it. And it didn't have anything to do with her. I've always believed in Tony. I've known her most of my life. I've known her for almost 40 years, and she's the hardest working person I have ever met in my life, but I didn't know what I didn't know. And the first couple months were kind of tough. We had the very first Meet Monate at our house. There was 25 people there, and not one of them signed up. Now, eventually they all did, but none of them signed up that day. And then around about October of 2014, the first check came in, and I was blown away. And it was the first time that I had really seen something where the level of effort into it was truly rewarded financially. So that was a big eye-opener for me. And that is what put me on the path to changing my opinion on network marketing. I came into this back then with the notion of the Amway salesperson and the pushy person trying to sell you stuff. And again, it was one of those things I didn't know what I didn't know, right? Well, flash forward a few months from there, and in April of 2015, Tony retired me. And business for me had gotten a lot better, for our company had gotten a lot better. And even though I was on a big project and my wage was frozen to what our contract was on that big project, my time on that project was coming to an end at the end of April. My boss sat me down. He's like, Jay, thank you for sticking around. Here, I've got 5 projects coming up that you can manage. Take your pick. And they were really cool, big, sexy construction projects. And went home and talked to Tony about it. And she looked at me and she said, how about if you just don't go back to work? Okay. I thought about it, and everybody thought we were nuts. There was not a person alive back then that thought it was a good idea. I'm pretty sure it scared the company a little bit too, thinking that someone was retiring based on shampoo, right? But that's what we did. And a few months later, we moved down here to South Carolina. And through 2015 into 2016, I was support. I helped Tony with anything I could, but I wasn't really truly involved with the business. And coming into 2016, the fall of 2016, Tony was the first member of the Monate Car Club. She had the very first Cadillac in the company, and we had a big car presentation for her. And I had met Stuart McMillan and some of the other people in the company, but that was my first time to really be social with them and hang out with them. And Stuart just blew me away. I thought that he was just such a great guy, and he had such a love of everybody in the company, and it really stuck with me. And I hadn't really gone to anything to do with Monate. And then Monations 2017 in Houston, February 2017 happened. And I went, and it just blew me away. If you know the mythology of the company, that was when Tony was inducted into the $1 Million Club. She was the very first member of the $1 Million Club. So she had been in for a little over 2 years, and she was the first member of the $1 Million Club. Now, fast forward to right now, we have 26 and counting members of the $1 Million Club. Again, not an income claim. That's just fact. And being around all those people really made me want to get involved. So since 2017, Tony and I have been working the business together. I went from being an engineer to being a retired engineer to being a network marketer like that. And it wasn't easy. It was really far from easy, but it was simple. And there was a great book that helped me along the way. And I don't think I have it sitting here. It was GoPro by Eric Worre. And it was a simple guide to network marketing, and it just made so much sense to me. Eric has since become somewhat of a mentor and someone that I follow. And he got his start in network marketing doing alarm sales. And it really resonated with me how his approach was. And so I used that in my day-to-day workings. And Tony and I really formed a partnership in this. And like I said, it wasn't easy, but it was simple. And that idea brought us to the first book that Tony wrote last year. Well, that we wrote last year, Effing Simple, Guide to Network Marketing. And we call it Effing Simple because this is not easy. No one is ever going to say it's easy, because it's not. It's not easy. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. And people say, oh, you've been in since the very beginning. It must be easy. No, it's not. It's really hard. It's a lot of hard work. It's very rewarding. We teach and we coach and we train and we're available for everyone because we want to. We want to pay it forward. But it is not easy. The steps that we follow and the steps that most of you follow are easy. But that doesn't make it less of an effort. It's a big effort that we put into it. This is not some get-rich-quick scheme. We do have a simple approach to it, but it is not easy. So you need to eliminate that from your brain. If you're new to this, this is not easy. You're going to work very hard, but you are going to be rewarded more than you've ever been rewarded with anything in your life. Where can you, for $200, start your own company? That's unheard of. And for that $200, you get a website and support, and it's an amazing thing. And once you own your own business, you have all of the benefits of our tax system. You have all the business write-offs. Your travel is a write-off. Your business expenses are a write-off. You own a business. You are an entrepreneur. And when you approach it that way, like we've always approached it, it just makes so much sense. Now, while we're talking about this, there's been something going on over the past few months that have really pissed me off. And I want to get into that right now because I don't think we talk about this enough. You've seen them. You've seen the fake Instagram accounts and the fake YouTube pages about MLMs and network marketing and it being a pyramid scheme and it's a scam and all that. I'm calling BS on all that right now. Here's the facts about that. You might want to take notes. Feel free to use this in any conversation with anybody. Network marketing is not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme does not apply to network marketing. A pyramid scheme, as they're calling it, what they actually mean is a Ponzi scheme. Be that as it may. A classic pyramid / Ponzi scheme doesn't involve products. The bottom rung of investors invest and there is no product and that money rolls up to the top. That is not in any way, shape, or form what this is. This is a business that in 2018 generated $435 million in sales. Now you can check that out. That's by Euromonitor. It's on the internet. They track sales data for industries all over the world. And for the last full year of data, which was 2018, Mon8 did right around $435 or $425 million in sales. The only two hair care brands at that point in time that were ahead of Mon8 were Pantene and Paul Mitchell. That's it. Think of all the names I did not say. Think of all the other companies that you see when you walk down that crappy hair care aisle. Think of all the brands. Think of all the things I didn't say. There's two. Pantene and Paul Mitchell. This company started the fall of 2014. And for the full business year of 2018, it was already the third most profitable hair care brand in the world. Are you telling me that that didn't piss off a lot of people? Are you telling me that a lot of people weren't intimidated by that? Oh, you bet they were. And I'm of the opinion that a lot of these brands out there were scared by us. And that is where a lot of this negativity is coming from. A lot of these posts are extremely similar. A lot of these posts that you see on Instagram, these fake accounts, they say the same thing. Facebook accounts and people bashing us, they usually say the same thing. And it's not factually based, it's emotionally based, which means that we piss somebody off, and I'm proud of us for doing that. But now think about that for a second. In just a few short years, this company was already the third most successful brand in the hair care industry. Last year, we had a little over 600,000 VIPs. Those are just people that are buying the products. We had a little under 250,000 market partners. There were people that were selling this and taking advantage of the business opportunity. You cannot have 600,000 customers that are buying your product and have a pyramid scheme. That doesn't make sense to call it that. The only way it would is if you piss somebody off and they're scared. And there are a lot of traditional companies out there that are afraid of us. And that's one of the things that we need to recognize when we're doing this business, is that there are a lot of old school, brick and mortar, back in the 50s, Head and Shoulders and all those different kinds of companies and brands that are scared by us. When have you ever heard of any company taking over a marketplace like we have? It's just insane. And of course that ruffled a lot of feathers. And of course people are going to lie about us. And we need to accept the fact that that's going to happen. When you are as successful as this company is, you are going to piss people off. And we need to be cognizant of that. So when you see those fake Instagram things, don't spread it around. Send it in to the office and let them deal with it. When you see these fake YouTube accounts, the people calling it a scam, don't pass it around. Don't give them clicks and views. Just walk away. You can't win an argument when it's based in negativity. You know that. I know that. All these people just want attention. All these people just want to trap us into an argument that we can't win. And when you are coming from a negative side of any argument, you can trap somebody into it. Negativity is a cry for help. And we know that. And we can't buy into that. And it's going to get worse because that data was for a couple years ago. What do you think we're doing now? We had an amazing fall. It's just going to get worse. The negativity is. The more successful we are, the more we need to be prepared. And the more you need to educate yourself for what these people are talking about. Business, in and of itself, is a pyramid. If I owned a software company, I have a research and development tier, I have a developer tier, I have a sales force, and at the top of that, I have a product. It's like building a car. You've got manufacturing, you've got research and development, you've got the sales team in place, you've got management, and you've got the car that everything supports. This is no different. We have never, network marketing has never been a pyramid scheme. It's just something that people throw around, and the people that can't call it a scam. The people that have tried. Not everyone can do what I do. Not everyone can do what Tony does. Not everyone can do what you do. And that's okay too. Not everyone can do this. And we need to accept that as a fact as well. Not everyone is going to want to buy our products. Not everyone is going to want and get involved. And that's okay. They don't have to. But this business space is such an amazing thing to get involved with. Especially with the way the world is going right now, we are uniquely positioned to take advantage of social selling. That's one of the things that this company is based upon, is Instagram and Facebook and using those social platforms for creating contacts. Now, nothing really ever replaces belly to belly, but we have hundreds of people in this company that have done amazing things on Instagram. And as a matter of fact, you can go back through this Effing Simple YouTube channel and look for some videos that were done a couple weeks ago with Tony and Joey Irigoyen. She's down in Miami. She's a senior executive director down there. And they spent a couple days together talking about Instagram and how Joe works it. And all of this is available on our YouTube channel for free. Hundreds of Meet Mondays, hundreds of training hours that are available to you to take advantage of. I see these people on Facebook that are ranking everybody up and they're get a free month out of it. I don't know what any of them have done. I know what I've done. I know I'm in the $5 million club. I know that Tony and I work our butts off. I know a lot of people. I know 26 millionaires in Money 8 right now that can out-train anybody that you've ever seen on Facebook ranking anybody up. The people that I follow, Eric Warre, John Maxwell, people that have a tangible track record. Latch on to someone else's success in this business, see what they do, emulate that, and that will help you go forward in this. Not someone that you have no idea how they got to be where they're at. I don't know how you judge success, but I know how I judge success. And I don't judge someone's success by a great Facebook ad that they can rank me up. The idea right now of social selling might scare you. And that's okay. We don't want to appear like we're ambulance chasers, that we're hunting people down or we're vultures circling around. That's not what this is about. We have a tangible product. We have a clean, ethical, naturally based hair care line. We have an incredible, naturally based skincare line. In times like we're going through, having those things available is so important for people. Our manufacturing in Florida is staying open. It's an essential company. It's not being shut down by Florida. Our business offers people an amazing opportunity to hedge against any future turmoil. For most people, they live paycheck to paycheck. And something like $500 is something that can keep them out of foreclosure, can keep them above water. $500. And the thing about this company is that we have the leaders, we have the platform, we have the training to put that money in the pocket of the people that need it right now. That's what we do. We pay it forward. We bring people along. We make sure that no one is getting left behind. Our teams, our groups, we all collectively band together and help people along. If you're on the fence about thinking about this opportunity, you need to remember that. You need to remember that we train from within. We have an amazing training center. We call it Market Partner Academy. And it's all these fantastic online tutorials and our YouTube channel and Facebook groups and just you name it. We support our own. And I can't think of any other company out there that does it quite the way that we do. And that's why after just 5.5 years, we have created that much wealth. Our owners and our president care about everyone, and it trickles down. We have gratitude at our core. It's in our essence. It's who we are. And that's why I'm doing this right now. I don't have to do this. I wanted to do this. I think that this industry needs, and our company sometimes needs, more of a male voice. And a lot of people know me. A lot of people, I've helped and I've done phone calls with people and I teach and I coach and I train. I want to pay it forward. I want to make sure that you are as successful as you want to be. and successful as you can be. That's our goal. That's it. I have no other agenda in this other than making sure that you are as successful as you can possibly be. If I can help you in any way, shape, or form, get a hold of me via Messenger, through Facebook. That's where I prefer everyone to contact me at. Look for our lives that we do every Tuesday through Zoom onto YouTube, and tap into your trainers that you have, your upline that you have. They're doing training calls like this all the time too. We want to help. And we are going to be doing these weekly, every few days, and eventually they'll be on the podcast services. But for now, look for it on YouTube. Subscribe if you want so you're notified when the next video pops up. Thanks again for spending some time with us today. If you haven't checked it out, you can check out Tony's new book that she wrote a couple months ago. It came out, Effing Simple, You Do You. It's a guide to mastering your life. And again, simple, step-by-step approach that you can do to help yourself overcome your own personal obstacles. And we have a charity that we started, a non-for-profit, Low Country Love, and all of our YouTube monetization goes to that. Someone had asked me the other day, why do you put everything on YouTube? Well, it's the easiest platform, and also we're able to give back to charity that way too. And we use our nonprofit group to help market partners, to help causes in South Carolina, and it's something that Tony and I are extremely proud of. I'm proud of you too for taking the time and hanging out with me for a little while today. I really appreciate it. If you have any ideas for future topics or anything that you'd like to hear me talk about, we'll get more into the topics in the next podcast. But right now, I just wanted to take a second and address something that happened a few weeks ago. Our family suffered a serious loss, and we lost one of the original OGs in Monate. We lost Roxy Henley. Roxy was an amazing leader. She helped so many people. She's been in it almost as long as we have. And it was such a tragic thing to have happen to all of us in the Monate family, to lose her. And Roxy was a dear friend to Tony, dear friend to me, dear friend to hundreds and hundreds of people in the company. Her family, we're very close with them. Her husband, Aaron, is going to be continuing to do the business along with their daughter, Brittany. And thoughts and prayers go out to them for their continued perseverance and everything that they're doing to help their downline. And something struck me before we started about something that Roxy told me a while back. She was so consistent with how she dealt with people. And I had asked her one time, I'm like, Roxy, you're always just so authentic. How do you do that? And she just looked at me like it was the dumbest question that she ever heard. And she looked at me and she said, well, how else would I be? So as you are going out there, as you are navigating what's going on right now, stay healthy, stay educated, stay safe, and stay true to yourself. And Roxy, we love you. I love all of you out there watching today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.